Hi all, today we are going to discuss about restricted earth fault protection. So in the last few lectures we have seen the bias differential relay. That relay does not detect the faults below certain values in order to make it non-responsive due to the imbalances in the CT characteristics. But the winding to core faults that happens in the transformer, which are of the single phase to ground type, and generally the insulation, if there is a leakage from the insulation to your core, because the insulation to core there is a leakage, generally the resistance of that leakage will be more, so automatically that fault is involving more resistance. As it is involving more resistance, the amount of the fault current that will pass will be very less, and that cannot be detected by the bias differential relay. Only operation that we can do is go for the Buchholz relay, but remaining relays cannot detect it. And Buchholz relay also can detect only if there is a arc fault. The arc is involved due to the heat, it will detect that one, otherwise even that also cannot detect. So we must have a more sensitive relaying scheme to cater for this high resistance ground faults. And second one, the reach of particular type of the protection should be only limited to zone of the transformer. That means if the ground fault is happening somewhere, some other location in the transmission line, that should not be detected by this relay, whichever relay is used for this purpose. So that's why this relay is called as restricted earth fault relay. The name restricted is coming because it will only operate for the ground faults happening in the protected zone. That means if you take a transformer, for example a delta by star transformer, if I am providing the relaying in the delta side, only delta side winding will be protected by this one. That means the protected zone will be only limited to this one if the relay is provided in this side. So now we are concerned about the delta side. So this will be the protected zone. So it will only protect for this zone, the faults happening within this zone. So how it will operate, that we are going to see. So for that, the CT connections will be made like this. These are my 3 CTs. Through C CTs are connected in parallel in this way. And this will be connected to my relay. This is my overcurrent relay. So which will have generally the setting will be nearly made equal to 20% or 10% of the setting. So 20% or we can tell that it will vary from 10 to 20% of the setting. Getting this one? So now let us see how this will operate for the case of only ground faults, that too happening within the delta side of your transformer. So let us assume the fault has happened somewhere in the star side. So what is going to happen? So if the fault happens somewhere in the star side, let us assume the ground fault has happened here. The current that is passing through this will return back through this ground. So there is a closed path here. That means whatever the current is passing, that is coming back. Or we can tell that the net sum, because this power is supplied from the delta side, if there is a small ground fault on this, so that is going to affect equally on all the phases of the delta side. So that ground fault is not going to disturb the balance on the delta side. I am repeating once again, if there is a ground fault on the star side, so because of this ground fault, a zero sequence component will be there. That zero sequence component will circulate only in the star side, and that zero sequence component is not going to be reflected to the delta side. The zero sequence component is not going to reflect to the delta side, primary of the delta side. Even if they are induced in the delta side, they will circulate within this delta only. That is not going to reflect on these relays. That means these relays, if you take the current, because there is a R phase, so this is my R phase, this is my Y phase, and this is my B phase. So we know that any fault, the fault will have 3 components: the positive sequence, negative sequence, and the zero sequence component. Because positive sequence components are displaced by 120 degrees. So at any instant, because you can see the sum of all the 3 currents will pass through this relay. Agree with me? So the sum of the 3 currents, because they are displaced by 120 degrees, they will be equal to 0. Similar is the case for the negative sequence component. Negative sequence current also will sum to 0 because they are also displaced by 120 degrees. Whereas if the fault is involving the ground, let us assume a fault happens here. So when this fault happens here, because of the fault that is happened here, so this involves the zero sequence component. Because the fault is associated with this one, it will have a zero sequence component. Here I forget to mention it because they should return back. There should be some return path, right? So this fault that is happened, this fault current will return back like this. So this will return back in this way. So as the zero sequence component is passing, that zero sequence component will be detected by this CTs. So sum of the positive sequence components will be 0, negative sequence components will be 0, but zero sequence components will add to each other. That resultant zero sequence component will pass through this overcurrent relay, and overcurrent relay will detect the zero sequence components. I am just summarizing this. If the fault is external, zero sequence components does not pass through CTs. So because of this, the current through relay is equal to 0. So your relay will not operate. So let us see the case if the fault is internal. So if ground fault is in delta side winding, zero sequence component passes through CT and hence through relay. This gives rise to relay operates and detects this faults and trips the fault. So this positive, negative and zero sequence components we are going to discuss in the fault analysis of the transmission lines. There I am going to explain this, in which case the positive sequence will be there, which case negative sequence will be there, which case zero sequence will be there, and how to detect those things. So those things we are going to see there. So you will see here that whatever the three currents are supplied from this sum of the currents, because this current, whatever fault current is there, it is returning back through the ground, it is returning back to the source. That means this current which is returning back, so that is not passing through this one. So that's why that difference currents will pass through this overcurrent relay. So your overcurrent relay will operate. You can even analyze in that way if you are confusing with zero sequence component. So whichever sum of these three currents will not be equal to 0, because when the current is supplied by any one R phase, if you take the three phase waveform, the same quantity will return back through the other phases. So always the instantaneous value will be equal to 0, because here the sum is not equal to 0 because some current is passing through the ground. So that's why as there is an imbalance that will pass through the overcurrent relay, so your overcurrent relay will operate. Even in that way you can analyze it. So let us see the case if protection is done in the star side. So how that restricted earth fault relay is going to operate. So let us assume there is a star connection. So this star connection, because this is in the secondary side of the transformer, any relay that is provided here is going to cover the entire area starting from the star connection up to the load. Agree with me? So let us assume I am providing my relay here. So I am providing my CTs here. So these CTs, as discussed before, so they will be connected in the similar way in parallel. They are connected in parallel. So, but the problem with this one is when they are connected in parallel, so let us assume some fault has happened in the external side. So let us take for example, I am taking some different color, some fault has happened in this phase. So whenever the fault happens in this phase, what happens? This current will return back through this ground. So as the current is returning back through this ground, so sum of the three currents will not be equal to 0. That means that zero sequence component is supplied by this transformer secondary only. So automatically because of this, that difference in current will pass through this. So it will detect the faults or the zero sequence components even external to the transformer. That means it will detect the zero sequence component that are external to the protected zone. It will not detect the zero sequence component internal side. But the name itself is suggesting it should be a restricted earth fault. That means the area that is protected will be only this much small part should be detected. That means the area up to your CTs only should be detected. This is the protected zone. So in order to avoid this or to overcome this problem, what we do, we will connect one more CT in the neutral point. So one more CT is connected here. So this CT will be connected like this one. So when this CT is connected like this one, you can see whenever the fault happens, that fault is passing through these CTs and this fault is returning back like this. So that is detected by the CT also. So what happens? The net sum of the currents, because whatever currents are passing through this, that is returning back through this one. So net sum of the currents will be equal to 0. The net sum of the currents will be equal to 0. That's why if you provide your relay here, this is overcurrent relay. So this relay is not going to detect the fault that is in the external side. So let us try to summarize this one, then we will proceed further. So for the faults in the outside zone or outside the zone, for the faults outside the zone, zero sequence currents passes through CTs connected to phase and returned through neutral of star connected transformer winding, which is detected by CT in the neutral. Therefore, the sum of currents will be equal to 0. So automatically relay does not operate for the external faults. Let us assume if the fault has happened within the zone. So let us assume the fault has happened somewhere in the zone. If the fault happens in the zone, so the fault will go like this and it will go like this one. So let us keep it some different color. So what color should I keep? So let us keep the black color one. So this fault has happened like this. So the fault current will pass like this. It will return back like this to the winding. So this fault current, you can see this zero sequence component is not passing through the phase CTs, but it is passing through the CT that is connected to ground. So let us keep the CT names. This is CT1, CT2, CT3 and CT4. So now we can tell that any ground fault that is happening internal to this zone, that fault or the zero sequence component is going to pass only through the neutral point or only detected by the CT4 and it is not detected by CT1 to CT3. So that's why the sum of the currents will not be equal to 0. So that difference in current will pass through your overcurrent relay and that is not going to operate your relay. I think this is clear to you. So now I can summarize here for internal faults. Zero sequence current passes through CT4 only and hence it passes through the relay and relay operates. So the advantage of this one is we can make the relay as sensitive as possible, like we can keep the setting even 10% because it will only respond to the faults that is happening in the zone. It doesn't respond to any other type of faults that are happening outside and not involving the ground. Only the faults that are involving the ground will be protected. So that is the reason it is called as restricted earth fault relay. I hope the restricted earth fault relay scheme for the case of transformers is completely clear to you. If you still have any queries, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. I will answer to your queries from there. Thank you very much.